Today we are learning to think and act like artists. We are glazing the cookie plates today. At the end of class today, your glaze will be dry and pale, like in this example. After your glaze has been fired in the kiln, the color will get brighter, it will be glossy, and it will have the beautiful, shiny finish, like in this example. I don't want you to glaze the cookie plate any which way, and I don't want you to scribble on it. We are going to have a plan, and we're going to work neatly so that this cookie plate looks like a masterpiece when it's done. Use the glaze menu to decide which colors you want. Your table doesn't have every color in the bin. You only have 2 or 3 colors at your table. If you need a different color, you have to move to the table that has the color that you want and work there. Please do not take jars from a different table and move them to your table. They have to stay where they are. You need a heavy coat of glaze, so make sure that the brush is saturated with glaze. You want the brush to be really full of glaze. And then poke the bristles down into the cracks. You have to fill in the cracks. When you're done, don't wash the brush. Just leave it in the jar, keep the handle clean, and leave it there for the next person to use. If you run out of brushes at your table, you can get more from the sink. If you've glazed an area, like in this example, but you can still see white spots, you need to go back and fill in the cracks. Make sure that your brush is saturated, add more glaze, and try to poke the bristles down into the cracks. If you leave white spots, they will not be shiny and they will not have the bright color of the glaze. So we have to make sure that we fill in the white spots. Do not paint the glaze on the bottom of your plate or the back of your plate. We're only painting the top. Also, royal blue glaze changes color in the kiln. In the jar, it looks like it's lavender, but after it's been fired, it looks like this example. All of the other colors stay the same color, but get brighter and darker after they've been fired in the kiln. Here are some hints to turn your cookie plate into a masterpiece. First, don't glaze it all one color. It will look too plain. Also, please don't try to use every single color. It will look too busy and too disorganized. Instead, try using radial symmetry, like this example. Radial symmetry is when designs are the same all the way around a center point. Glaze light colors first, like in this example, and then glaze dark designs on top. The glaze dries really fast, so you can add designs quickly. Here's another example. Glaze light colors first, and then glaze darker designs on top. You can even add special attention to make to the center. If you want to use the darker glazes, like chocolate, royal blue, and black, you can, but just be aware that adding designs on top, like in this example, will be harder because it's harder for other colors to show up against the darker colors. And you could try a holiday design. For example, you could paint a pattern of red, white, red, white, red, and then add green dots on top of the white. Look at the glaze menu to see what colors you want. Work neatly and fill in all of the cracks and nooks and crannies. This is a really special project and it deserves our best work. Have fun, kids.